media is devoted to defending Fauci's lies, not reporting the truth.
This video is not about Anthony Fauci lying to Rand Paul and the public about the possible origins of COVID or anything else. That's been covered enough already. This video is about how the mainstream media dictates news narratives and what we're allowed to say. It's about how elites control the news.
Virtually 100% of the mistakes that outlets like CNN and the Washington Post and MSNBC make are designed to undermine and subvert Donald Trump and to bolster the Russia-Trump story, just like all of Fox's mistakes are in the opposite direction. They don't mean your show, which is only a couple months old. I mean the two that Donald Trump loves to watch most, which is the morning show full of disinformation and the evening show that precedes yours. And I think that's the problem in journalism, is these mistakes stop looking like mistakes when they always go in the same direction and are always bolstering the same political agenda. And I think
months ago, New York Governor Andrew Cuomo started to receive criticism that the number of nursing home deaths was much higher than his administration officials' numbers. His top critic was arguably Janice Dean of Fox News, who claimed her family members needlessly died in a nursing home due to Cuomo's policies. Dean and other critics were mostly dismissed as right-wing lunatics for months. Now, most people know, and even Cuomo admits, that the original nursing home death numbers were wildly off, and he's even been asked to resign. This same script is how the alleged Wuhan lab COVID leak story has been handled. The Fauci email dump this week simply proves it.
We came to these conclusions incrementally, spurred by evidence that accumulated over the course of a year. Tonight, we have the mother lode. Thanks to a Freedom of Information request from BuzzFeed, we have thousands of emails to and from Anthony Fauci. They go back to the early winter of 2020. Collectively, they show that from the beginning, Tony Fauci was worried that the public might conclude COVID had originated at the Wuhan Institute of Virology.
When Senator Rand Paul insisted that having COVID meant you were immune, Fauci said Paul was wrong. Now we know Fauci was wrong per the new CDC guidelines.
You can't get it again. There's virtually 0% chance you're going to get it, and yet you're telling people that have had the vaccine, who have immunity. You're defying everything we know about immunity by telling people to wear a mask who've been vaccinated. People don't want to hear it. There's no science behind it.
Well, let me just state for the record that masks are not theater. Masks are protective, and we
have immunity there, theater. If you already have immunity, you're wearing a mask to give comfort to others. You're not wearing a mask because of any science.
I totally disagree with you.
When Senator Paul said you don't have to wear a mask if you're vaccinated, Fauci said Paul was wrong. Now we know Fauci was wrong again due to revised CDC guidelines.
You're telling everybody to wear a mask, whether they've had an infection or a vaccine. If we're not spreading the infection, isn't it just theater?
No, it's not.
The vaccine and you're wearing two masks. Isn't that theater?
No, that's not. Here we go again with the theater.
When Rand Paul challenged Fauci on whether he supported funding of a Chinese lab that some suspect is the origin of COVID-19, Fauci said Paul was completely wrong. Everyone got mad at Paul for even daring to ask such a question.
Dr. Fauci, do you still support funding of the NIH funding of the lab in Wuhan?
Senator Paul, with all due respect, you are entirely and completely incorrect.
Now we know, thanks to the email dump, that Fauci was lying. He knew and appeared worried about the Wuhan lab theory being true months ago.
Dr. Anthony Fauci now says he's not sure exactly how coronavirus came to infect humans and left open the possibility that the virus could have come from a lab.
We expected a flurry of media interest in it. Where did this virus come from? But no one asked the question. Instead, there was silence, punctuated only by occasional smirking about anti-Asian racism and conspiracy theories. And that's where it stood for more than a year, until just a few weeks ago. Then suddenly, for reasons we still don't really understand, all the smirking morons in the American news media changed their view completely overnight. Of course Corona escaped from a Chinese virology lab, duh.
How often does the media seek truth first, and how often does it merely seek to reinforce the establishment narrative? The evolution of the Cuomo nursing story was a prime example. Now so is the media's worship and almost religious-like defense of Anthony Fauci at any and all costs, and damn the heretics.